Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets. This week, we're diving deep into all things AI and unpacking some predictions that are seriously, mind-blowing.
Yeah, it really is incredible how quickly AI is evolving and the implications are, far-reaching.
Okay, so get this one article we're looking at this week.
Yeah.
Claims that AI will create the first one-person billion-dollar company. I mean, that's insane.
It's a bold prediction for sure.
Yeah.
And it comes straight from Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI.
Wow.
What's interesting here is that he's not just talking about, solo entrepreneurs.
Right.
He's highlighting how AI has the potential to amplify individual capability on a massive scale.
So it's not just about lone geniuses coding in their basements, right?
Right. Think about it with the right AI tools. Anyone could potentially build a billion-dollar business just from their laptop. It's about how AI can level the playing field and empower individuals to achieve things that were previously unimaginable.
Okay, so what kind of businesses could we be talking about here? I mean, what could one person possibly create that's worth $1 billion?
Well, if you look at current trends, we're already seeing AI being used to create hyper-personalized services, cutting-edge creative tools, and niche market expertise. Imagine someone leveraging AI to become the go-to expert in a highly specialized field.
Right.
Or maybe building an AI-powered platform that connects businesses with the perfect freelancers for any task.
That's wild. So if you were building this one-person billion-dollar AI company, what would it be?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I think I'd focus on using AI to bridge the gap between information overload and genuine understanding.
Okay.
Maybe an AI-powered learning platform that helps people sift through the noise and actually absorb knowledge in a meaningful way.
Okay, that's actually a really cool idea. You heard it here first, folks. But let's get real for a second. While some are dreaming big with AI, others are facing a harsh reality check.
Yeah.
There's this analysis from Marina Temkin over at TechCrunch that's got me thinking.
You mean the one about venture debt and how it's impacting the startup landscape?
Exactly. Apparently, a lot of those high-flying startups from the 2020 boom are struggling, and venture debt lenders could force more sales to cut their losses.
Yeah, it's definitely a trend worth watching.
Yeah.
Venture debt, which is essentially loans for startups, can be a lifeline for growing companies.
Right.
But it can also become a burden if those companies don't meet their growth projections.
So how does AI fit into all this? Does it make startups more or less vulnerable in this climate?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
On the one hand, AI can dramatically reduce costs by automating tasks and streamlining processes.
Right.
This could make startups leaner and more attractive to investors who are wary of risk.
So AI could actually be their saving grace.
Potentially. But here's the catch. AI also raises the stakes for innovation. The barriers to entry are lower, competition is fierce, and the pace of change is relentless.
Right.
So while AI can help startups survive, it also puts immense pressure on them to constantly innovate and stay ahead of the curve.
So it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
AI can be both a lifeline and a source of intense pressure.
Exactly. And this isn't just about startups.
Right.
It's about how AI is accelerating the pace of change across the entire tech landscape. It's forcing everyone to adapt and evolve faster than ever before.
It's both exciting and a little bit terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
Speaking of shaking things up, there's this company called DeepSeek that's been making waves in the AI world.
Oh, yeah. Their R1 reasoning model is causing quite a stir.
Yeah, this TechCrunch article from Saturday really caught my eye. Apparently, DeepSeek is so advanced that some analysts are worried the U.S. might lose its lead in the AI race.
It's definitely a wake-up call. DeepSeek's R1 model is said to be on par with OpenAI's most advanced systems, and the demand for the specialized AI chips needed to power these models is skyrocketing.
It's like the gold rush all over again, but this time it's silicon. Seriously, what does this kind of intense competition mean for the future of AI development?
Well, it's a mixed bag. On the one hand, this competition could lead to faster progress and more innovation.
Okay.
We could see a wider range of AI solutions emerge, giving us more choices and driving down costs.
That sounds like a win for everyone.
Potentially, but we also have to consider the potential risks. Ethical considerations become even more crucial when multiple powerful players are racing to develop AI.
Yeah.
And there's always the concern that this power could become concentrated in the hands of a few.
That's a good point. We can't get so caught up in the excitement of new technology that we forget about the bigger picture. And speaking of concerns, There's this report from Common Sense Media that has me a little worried.
You mean the one about teens losing trust in big tech?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a significant finding.
It is. According to their research, teens are increasingly skeptical of big tech's motives and don't trust them to protect their data or handle AI responsibly.
I think it reflects a growing awareness of the potential downsides of technology. We're seeing more and more discussions about data privacy, algorithmic bias, and the potential for AI to be misused.
Right.
Young people who have grown up in a hyper-connected world are particularly attuned to these issues.
So it's not just teenage angst. It's a legitimate concern about the power these tech giants wield.
Absolutely, and it raises important questions about how we can build a future where technology serves humanity rather than the other way around.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive so far, and we've only just scratched the surface. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Welcome back to Byte-Sized Tech. Before the break, we were talking about teenagers losing trust in big tech.
Right.
It's a trend that really does have far-reaching implications.
It makes you wonder if teens are already skeptical. What does that mean for the future of, technology adoption?
Yeah, it's a valid question. This generation has grown up with technology like right at their fingertips.
Right.
And yet they're increasingly wary of its impact on their privacy, security, and even, their mental well-being.
Yeah, it's almost like a tech paradox, right? The more connected we become, the more disconnected we feel.
Yeah.
And speaking of feeling disconnected, let's talk about OpenAI's new tool operator.
Okay.
It's like having a digital intern living in your web browser.
I've been following the buzz around Operator.
Yeah.
It's definitely an intriguing concept.
Yeah.
The idea of having an AI that can conduct research, compare prices, even schedule meetings is pretty mind-blowing.
Right. The Neuron newsletter has been sharing some fascinating anecdotes about Operator in action.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, it excels at tasks like competitive analysis and digging up obscure research papers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It sounds incredibly powerful, but as with any AI tool, we need to consider the potential downsides.
Right.
Data security is a major concern.
Yeah.
Are we comfortable giving an AI access to our online accounts, our browsing history, our personal information?
It's a trade-off, isn't it? Convenience versus control.
Yeah.
And then there's the question of over-reliance. If we have an AI doing all our thinking for us, what happens to our own critical thinking skills?
That's a crucial point. The Neuron article also highlighted some of Operator's limitations.
Oh, really?
It can handle certain tasks very effectively,
All right.
but it still struggles with more complex or nuanced requests.
Okay.
And it requires close human supervision.
So it's not quite the all-knowing, all-powerful AI we might imagine from science fiction.
Right.
It's still a tool that needs guidance and direction.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that reinforces the importance of human judgment and critical thinking in this age of AI.
Right.
These tools can augment our abilities, but they shouldn't replace our own intelligence.
So how do we find that balance between leveraging the power of AI and maintaining our own agency?
I think it starts with education and awareness. We need to understand how these technologies work, what their limitations are, and what the potential risks and benefits are.
And we need to be mindful of the ethical implications.
Oh, absolutely.
AI is a powerful tool, and it's up to us to ensure that it's used for good.
Absolutely. It's a responsibility we all share.
Well, this conversation has certainly given me a lot to think about. I think it's time to shift gears and dive into another aspect of AI that's transforming the business world.
Sounds good to me. What do you have in mind?
I'm fascinated by how AI is changing the sales game. We're seeing some really innovative applications of AI in sales, from lead generation to personalized outreach and even real-time call analysis.
That's a great area to explore. AI has the potential to revolutionize the way businesses connect with customers and close deals.
Imagine a world where AI can analyze your sales calls, identify areas for improvement, and even suggest specific strategies to help you close the deal.
It's like having an AI sales coach in your corner.
Right.
But it also raises some questions about authenticity and the human touch in sales.
Right. We don't want to lose that personal connection that's so crucial to building trust and rapport with customers.
It's all about finding that sweet spot where AI can enhance and support the human element of sales without replacing it entirely.
We're starting to see AI-powered tools that can generate personalized sales scripts, predict customer objections, and even automate follow-up emails.
The potential for increased efficiency and effectiveness is enormous, but as we mentioned earlier, it's crucial to consider the ethical implications and the potential for job displacement as these technologies advance.
It's a double-edged sword. Again, AI can empower sales teams.
Right.
But it could also lead to job losses if not implemented thoughtfully.
Exactly. It's a conversation we need to have as a society. How do we harness the power of AI to create economic opportunity
Right.
while also ensuring that workers are protected and supported during this technological transition?
It's a complex issue, but it's one we need to address head on. We can't just ignore the potential impact of AI on the workforce.
Agreed. It's about finding a way to leverage AI for the benefit of all, not just a select few.
Yeah. Okay, this is getting pretty deep. I think we need a moment to digest all this before we jump back in. Welcome back to Bite-Sized Tech. We were just talking about all the ways AI could change how businesses connect with their customers. It's pretty mind-blowing.
It's definitely a game changer, but, like we were discussing before, we need to approach these advancements carefully. AI can be an incredible tool for sales, but it's not, a magic bullet.
Right. It's not about replacing salespeople altogether. It's about using AI to help them be more effective.
Exactly. And it's about, making sure we're thinking about the people whose jobs might be affected and making sure they're supported.
Absolutely. Technology should help people, not, put them out of work.
Right. Agreed. But we also can't forget about the good that can come from it. AI sales tools can help businesses reach the right people at the right time with the right message.
Yeah.
They can personalize interactions, predict what customers need, and even do the routine tasks automatically that frees up sales teams to focus on building relationships and closing deals.
It's all about finding that balance where AI and human expertise work well together.
Exactly. And that's something we've seen throughout this whole deep dive into AI,
Right.
from, creating these massive companies to changing how sales works. AI is this powerful force that's reshaping our world in big ways.
It's exciting, but a little scary too, right? We've talked about a lot today, from how AI could empower people with the challenges of developing it responsibly and the ethical stuff we can't forget about.
It's complicated and changing quickly, so it's more important than ever to stay informed.
Well said. And with that, I want to thank you all for joining us on Bite-Sized Tech for this look into the world of AI.
It's been great talking about this stuff with you.
Remember, AI is a tool, and like any tool can be used in good ways or bad ways. It's up to us to shape how it's used and make sure it benefits everyone.
And hey, maybe someone listening right now will be the one to create that first one-person billion-dollar AI company.
Now, that would be something. Thanks for tuning in to Bite-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed this deep dive, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.